welcome back to Somewhere. And it's still May 1 or week 1 of May. That's how I should say it. It's week 1 of May. I haven't bothered sleeping. I have in real life, although it really doesn't feel like it because I've done a day at work. And I have a rather nasty headache this evening, but some rather intelligent person forgot to bring everything he needs to do the treatment to help his headaches. He brought 2/3 of what he needs, which means I might as well have brought none of what I need to look after my headaches. So we'll see how we get on. I'm basically using this to distract myself. I'm also relying on hotel networking, although so it's weird. When I record the way I'm recording at the moment, I am running everything on the computer, but it needs a network connection to set the server up. But I'm not actually connected to the server because there's no lag because it's running on my computer. So I have no idea. So I don't seem to get server lag is what I'm saying. So maybe I'm not dependent on the quality of the internet connection. Can you tell it's been a long day at work and I'm not feeling awesome? Anywho, I asked what we should do with field 84 and I had 2 suggestions. Number 1 was potatoes or a root crop, but with potatoes as a suggestion. Number 2 was, why can't I see them? Soybeans, which, there we go. And you might be thinking he hasn't skipped time because he's going to do soybeans. You'd be wrong. I'm going to plant potatoes because the potatoes do have a use in the feeding of the cows and therefore they are useful. That means we need to lease a potato planter to plant the potatoes, or we need to walk around the field putting them in by hand, and I'm not going to do that. So yeah, because I have not tidied away from making the last thumbnail. I know I'm a very lazy YouTube creator sometimes. Or I forgot that I hadn't done it and it's been a long day, like I said. So potato technology. We've got 2 options, I believe. Yeah, because I haven't got any others installed. We can go for the 3-meter Grimmer GL420 or the 6-meter GL860. I'm cheap, so we're going to lease a 420 because that should be pretty cheap. Yeah, 2.5 grand. No, I don't want to purchase one as well, you stupid computer. And then we need to work out what we need to buy. I'm going to say seed-wise, but I would guess tuber-wise. Potato seeds. So potato seeds, starch potato seeds. Potato seeds, starch potato seeds. Well, it was really kind of obvious, wasn't it? If we're going to be planting starch potatoes, we need seeds for starch potatoes. So I have no idea how much we're going to use. So I'm going to buy 800 litres and we'll see how we get on. I should have looked at, find your words, boy, 150 horsepower again. I feel like using a beefier tractor. How many? No. So large tractors. So we've got those still. So do they count as medium tractors? So we've still got the big Fen. We've got the Fiat Agri. Do you fancy hanging on to your ears, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to break out the Fiat Agri. So yeah, hang on to your ears. This one's a bit of a fruity one. But it's been a staple on the farm for a little while, so we might need, I was going to say we might need a front weight, but we've got nowhere to attach a front weight because we've got the front loader on. So if we need to, because I think we have a 3-point option for this, I'm going to go drop the front loader, grab a front weight as well, maybe some the tires. some fatter tyres might be a good option as well. We've got some conflicts with some controls, which is always great fun. So let's do that. Hate using the mouse to control the front loader. We don't really use this as a loader. We were using it as a loader tractor actually for quite a long time still. We were using it as one of our feeding tractors. So I did not drive it far enough forwards, but interestingly it picked up the loader. This is a menu jobby. Right. Customize configuration. Nope, that's not what we want. Design. Nope. Front loader attacher. No. And then front linkage. Yep, we've already paid for it. Wheel setup standard. Wide, arrow. Interesting. I thought variable rear track. Interesting. Variable track. Oh, we've got a lot of wheel options. I thought we'd brought some fatter tyres, but I guess not. But those Michelins look pretty chonk. So we'll bung those on. We'll jump in. We'll fire back up. Again, obviously, hang on to your ears. As I said, we appear to have a front weight. I wonder where I've left said front weight. Is that on the front of the... Nope. I know. Yeah, there it is. Right in front of my face. So yeah, if you don't know, I don't know how many new people there are here still, because this series is not straight Terralife. I suffer with something called cluster headaches, and I'm not full on cluster headache tonight at all, because I'm talking to you and doing this. And if I had full on cluster headaches, I'd be curled up in a little ball in the bed, wanting to smash my head into things. But one of the treatments that I have been given as part of managing my cluster headaches is oxygen therapy, and I'm still getting to grips with what of the many. So I get many types of headaches. I have had all sorts of scans done. I have had all sorts of checks done. I have suffered with headaches my whole life. Thank you for offering your advice on how I should fix it. Yes, I drink plenty and I eat well. Thank you very much. In fact, I eat a diet that I have found is the best way for me to have the minimum amount of headaches. Oh yeah, so one of the ways that the neurologist has started helping me treat my headaches is with oxygen therapy when my headaches are really bad. It's from what I've read, and I wasn't given any specific guidance, but it's for treating cluster headaches, and for what I've read, it will only really help with cluster headaches. But I've been experimenting, because that's what I do, with when I get other headaches, will it help those? Because why wouldn't you, when you've got a treatment that's, you know, essentially not going to do you any harm, in my mind. So yeah, should I be, I don't feel like I should be putting tram lines in potatoes. Someone's going to tell me I should, someone's going to tell me I shouldn't. I'm not going to bother. So yeah, we'll see how quickly the potato usage goes down. Yeah, so one of the therapies that I have for helping me manage my headaches, oxygen therapy. I'm getting there. Bear with me. And I bring it with me when I'm away in a hotel, like I am tonight. But I've got to bring the tubing which attaches the mask to the cylinder, and it's the first time that I've had to use it when I've been traveling, so it's the first time that I've realized it wasn't all there together. So yeah, and thankfully it's not a full-on super bad time, because then I'd be breaking out the injectable medication that I have instead, and I wouldn't be doing any of this. I'd be unconscious in bed till the morning. But yeah, so what I'm doing instead is trying to distract myself from the pain by doing this. We'll see how it works. It might not work very well. It might work okay. I might not do very much of this. I might do lots of it. Who knows? Well, you guys will by now, because you'll know whether you got a full video or not. Yeah, weird like that, isn't it? Time travel. So yeah, those of you that know probably got bored during that ramble, but you guys are also used to me rambling away, so hey, you kind of can't be shocked by it at this point. So let's get a GPS course set, or a VCA course. If I'm triggering any of you by not doing any kind of headland, well, see my previous many minutes of rambling. I'm doing easy farming this evening. One of the things that are, again, for the new people, doing this is as much for me as it is for you. This is my hobby. This is what I do to relax in the evenings, or during the day, or whatever. So, you know, this is how I pass my spare time, particularly when I'm traveling and I've got hours and hours and hours in a hotel on my own. So, sit and talk to myself. So, I haven't looked at it yet, but I have now got a copy of the newest Farm Sim magazine, which talks about the dynamic pastures and some other FS25 stuff. Gonna have a look at that at some point, but hey, if you want to pick up a copy of that magazine, you should use partner code DISTURBED, because you'll help me out in a small way and it doesn't cost you any more, and that way you can pick it up as a PDF and you can look at it wherever you want. I think in some countries it's available in all good news agents, but I don't actually know. I don't think it's available in the UK in paper form. When Giants were at Llama, they had paper copies of a previous version there, and that was kind of cool. I managed to pick one up then. But yeah, if you fancy picking up a digital copy of it, then grab yourself a copy with my partner code, because you'll do me a favour, and that'll be a nice thing to do to a guy who's suffering with a really bad headache on a Monday evening in a hotel. So yeah, I'm actually in the same hotel that I was in last Monday, because change is bad and I like consistency. But I'd forgotten when I was here last week that they offer free internet. So I think last week I was whinging about having no internet and no phone signal. They offer half decent free Wi-Fi. Certainly good enough for, you know, keeping in touch with the wife. And I was organised this week, and I pre-downloaded some YouTube videos to be able to watch while I wasn't doing this. So yeah, I was even more organised, and I brought with me the tablet that I brought to use. So the few occasions, I still want to get back to it at some point, but hey, life. When I occasionally stream, I use the Stream Deck app rather than actually buying a Stream Deck, and I use my mobile phone for that. But I actually picked up a tablet to use it, because bigger screen, bigger buttons, easier to stab at. But also it has the added benefit that when I'm traveling, I can watch things on YouTube on a bigger screen. But it's the first time I've actually remembered to bring it with me. So yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like a dirt cheap AliExpress tablet. It is pretty much utter junk. I would not recommend buying a cheap tablet on AliExpress. I've done it so you don't have to. Yep. I suspected it would be utter junk, and I was right. I did it as a bit of a gamble because, you know, I was buying it for YouTube stuff, so it's a business expense. So it didn't really bother me too much if it was utter junk, apart from the fact that it would be e-waste. It's usable. It does sort of what I want, so yeah. And it means when I'm traveling, I can watch YouTube on a slightly bigger screen, which is nice. And I've got slightly bigger buttons to bash when I'm doing streaming stuff, which, as I said, is quite rare lately. That's just because life's been kind of brutal and kind of tiring and kind of busy. Oh, I've really not been very good at keeping up with the farm sim world lately, as I have often spoken about. I can't think of the last farm sim video that I watched. Actually, I can. I watched a very little bit of a Mr. CDP video today. And yesterday, when I was recording the last episode of this, I watched a very little bit. Oh, now I can think of 3. I watched a very little bit of a DJ Goham video, and yesterday I watched a very little bit of Paul streaming. And I thought I'd stick his stream on, and I was messing about with the Google Translate app on Android, which you can get to listen to what you're listening to and it'll translate it, but it does it in little chunks. It's not continuous, so it was sort of working, but not in an enjoyable way, so I gave up. It would be really cool if there was something where you could feed it in the audio from like a Chrome tab and it would play you back the translated audio. Because I've tried watching back, for example, Paul streams on YouTube with the auto-translated captions, and I'm not going to sit and read a 2-hour YouTube video. It's the same as I don't have the ability to sit and watch a film that has subtitles. Yeah. So it'd be really nice if there was a way of doing that, even if it was with like a YouTube video. If you could pass a YouTube video through a translator. Now, some of you are probably wishing you could do that with my videos and translate them into English, but hey, just deal with it. Yeah, so I think, like many people, which is really hypocritical as I sit here recording a video, there is a little bit of FS22 fatigue going on. I mean, I'd got, so my FS22 viewing was quite limited anyway. I'd generally try and catch, if I was at home, I'd try and watch a little bit of Argsy's streaming that he does when it's in the daytime in the UK. Because if I'm working at home, I would quite often stick that on headphones and on like the side monitor. That was always quite good fun to listen in and maybe drop into the chat occasionally on there. Bit of Cartech, but I'm way behind on his content. And beyond that, I've kind of dropped out of watching a lot of farm sim content. And I don't know, I think that's quite similar for a lot of creators, because, for example, this evening, and I'm not complaining at all, to quote the mighty Mr. CDP, not complaining, just explaining, you know, I'll spend however long recording this video. I don't know how long it's going to take me. You may be here the whole time I'm recording. You may not be. I'll then sit and I might then sit and edit the video. That will take me, it depends actually. If I record this in one chunk, editing the video will probably only take me maybe 15 minutes or so. But quite often then, I will want to watch YouTube content, which is a different topic. And for me at the moment, then that is actually completely unrelated to that. I'm really engrossed in a few other YouTube series, and I only have so many hours in the day, so I guess it's a bit different as well. I can't watch YouTube while I'm playing, because I can't watch YouTube while I'm recording, and a lot of my game time is spent recording these days. So that's out. And then at the moment, I'm, as I keep saying, I'm really enjoying watching Christopher Odd playing XCOM 2, and you know, he's dropping hour to 2 hour long videos every day, so watching those is a reasonable chunk of my YouTube viewing time, because I don't watch that much YouTube during the working day, because I like to concentrate on the video when I'm watching those, and I can't do that while I'm working because my brain is concentrating on working lately. And particularly where I've been traveling with work, I can't, you know, I'm interacting with people all day. I'm not sat at a desk. And then there's a Timberborn creator that I like watching, and he drops a video every couple of days, and they're usually a decent length. And I've just found another, so probably sounds like I'm making excuses. I'm not. It's just how it is at the moment. And then probably in a month or so, I'll be binging whatever I can find on farm sim content, because we'll be in FS25, and or I'll be head down churning out all of the videos. Who knows? And the weird one for me is, so again, this is something that I've spoken about a lot with this game, and I don't know about you guys. Some of you have probably been playing the farm sim games since farm sim whatever, the first one. Some of you are maybe like me and picked it up during FS19, during that big global being ill thing. Some of you maybe picked it up in FS22. And it's a game that I've been really surprised that I haven't lost significant amounts of interest in playing the game, to be honest. You know, I've had periods where I've made 8 farm sim videos a week, every week, consistently for a very long time. I'm not doing that at the moment. And a lot of those would involve up to 2 hours of gameplay. Now, for some of you, you're saying that's rookie numbers of hours. But I would then be doing the process of making that into a video and all the others, So, and a lot of the time, I'm surprised I've not got to the point where I've gone, actually, I'm bored of that game now, because this is one of a very small number of games that I've played consistently for this number of years. I think it was the last time I was streaming with Paul I was talking about this. There's obviously Battle Pirates, which I actually on a bit of a down on at the moment. I've kind of getting a bit less interested in playing that at the moment, but I've been playing that game now for I'm not sure how many years, well over 10 years. I would like to say maybe more than 12, but I don't know. Maybe I have to try and find out. A really long time. I've had at least one quite significant break in that period of time, but yeah. That's probably the only one. any other one really that I've played for a solid amount of time and not got bored and gone away from it and then maybe drifted back for a little while and that kind of thing. Yeah, obviously it's good because otherwise I've got a YouTube channel based around playing the long game. This one, not Battle Pirates. So kind of bad if I got bored of it and wanted to stop playing it, but yeah. And more actually lately, so I'm sitting playing this because it brings me joy and it's going to distract me from the thing that's making my head hurt. And that to me says I'm still really enjoying playing Farm Sim, which is great. Particularly as we've got a new game coming, which is going to have a whole load of new things to do and learn and play with and have fun with. So yeah, I'm very definitely rambling, but yeah. If you're just here to learn Terralife, these are not the videos for you. Not the videos you are looking for. This is what I do, I don't know, going on Game of Thrones. I've forgotten the character's name. I play Farm Sim and I ramble. And occasionally I do actually know things about how the game works. Yeah, and I'm moderately good at telling you guys how those things work once I know how they work. Yeah, that's what I do. But this is what I do normally. I'll sit and drive tractors and ramble. And yeah. So, anywho, have rambled quite a lot. So, I'm going to. I'm guessing we don't need to. No. I was going to stop. We're going to jump out of the tractor for a moment. I do like those nice deep bridges. Nitrogen is okay. It's a little high actually, so we're not going to have to worry about that, which is quite nice. No rolling. Well done, farming agency team member who set up the crops so that we don't have to roll potatoes. Because why would you roll these? Because they're ridged. Yeah, we've got ridges in them for extra crunch. Yeah, I've still got a fair bit to do, so no, please don't go off the end of the field. So we've got grass field at the end. That was really badly timed and really dumb of me. Come on, game, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. What I wanted to do was look at the field. No, we're not as badly off as I thought. We're certainly going to be okay for potatoes, which is quite nice. I like this usage rate of potatoes. Very good. Very enjoyable. Fiat's doing a cracking job. Really nice to be driving the Fiat. I can't hear it because I've not got I couldn't do headphones tonight. Couldn't do headphones. Which probably means I'm not going to be editing the video tonight. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to carry on and I'll come back to you guys in a bit. But the bit that I've not really looked at in detail with the version 1.1 of Terralife is the weeding system. I know it was one that Farm Sim Tim picked up and had a good scrub through with, I think with Bull. So I think those two went through that because there were some difficulties with understanding and using the weeding system. And one of the things they've done is change what's displayed in the HUD. And I didn't really do much with weeds in the Polegny series, so, and I'm just thinking actually I'm not sure how much we're going to see of weeds on here because I think most of the fields that We might experience weeds on. We ended up ploughing, didn't we? The maize, maybe. Is that... No, we've not really got any weeds growing in any of our fields yet. And this field has been ploughed, so it's unlikely that we will actually get around to tackling any weed growth this year. But it's one that I'm curious about. And so I haven't really looked at what the changes were in detail that they made. I know they did make a bunch of changes to just partly to help with understanding and that kind of thing, make it a little bit clearer. We need a little bit of the old diff lock, and we'll stick a bit of rear diff lock on there. And yeah, and it looks like there's going to be a fair few ploughing contracts come harvest season, so we're going to be busy with those. I am probably going to throw in the lime contracts mod just for a bit more work for the contracting business. I did ask last time about whether we should do a bit of logging or a bit of skipping time. Again, it's one of those ones where I only had a couple of answers. The standing answer from a good old Smog Farmer who loves me doing a bit of forestry, and then one more suggesting that we just kind of press on to make progress with getting through some of the different features. And I think at the moment I am sitting more on the press on and make progress, partly because the only forestry plot we could afford was very small, and I don't think would take that long to clear, and therefore probably isn't really worth the investment in the kit, because we don't have any of the kit that we had on Glenlarthen in terms of being able to do forestry. Yeah, I think we'd be better off progressing and maybe pick something up over the winter when we've got a bit more cash and we can maybe afford... Wow, I was going to say we could afford something bigger, but those forestry plots get heckin' expensive. They really do. I would like to mess around with forestry a bit, but that might be one we save for 25 to see what changes actually. And I'm hoping that some of the equipment that came as part of the premium DLC in 22 is part of 25 base game. So I've not played with any of the yarders or anything like that, and I'd quite like to have a mess around with some of those. I was having good fun on the Valley of the Old Farm with forestry, and that was obviously one of the saves that was a victim of life events when Farm Sim videos got paused, and we haven't gone back to it. And at this point, realistically, we're probably not. Maybe that's one of the maps we can revisit in FS25, because I'm really enjoying playing on there. I was really enjoying it, but I'm also enjoying having the single save game, so you can't have everything, can you? And so yeah, I'd actually forgotten we were playing on Valley of the Old Farm until I just mentioned it, where we were doing forestry, and we had quite a nice little forestry setup with the tractor with all the forestry winches and things. But yeah, the thing that I haven't tried yet is the yarders, and this is one of those, looking off in the distance, assuming that those hills are part of the map, they could be fun for playing with that, maybe. I don't know, I've not used them, but just guessing. And they may be one of those things that you play with once for 10 minutes and you go, no, that was a darn waste of money, and you sell it off. But I'm assuming that those forestry plots of land are so expensive because there's a lot of value in them. It's my assumption, you know, and that means that if you had the right kit, you could make a ton of money off them. Yeah, I don't know. First time ever playing on this map, so we are making decent progress on this field at least. We've got only a little bit to go, and that will be all of the crops planted finally. So the next job, which will be in the next game week, will be to go around, check all of the nitrogen levels, and once we've done that, we can really work on progressing until there are fun and interesting things for people to watch me do and for the multiplayer on the patron server to do. Because at the moment there is not a lot for any of us to do, so skipping ahead so things have grown will be a good thing, and that will let us start to get the cows, because we'll have things to feed the cows. Like the grass field that's not really grown yet because we haven't really progressed time that much. Again, it will be better once we're on the days per week that I want, because I can just leave the clock set. I mean, it kind of is set because it's running on ×5, but you guys get what I've got planned, hopefully. Come on, off we go. Off we go. It's been nice not having to constantly refill the seeder. I'm quite liking the changes to seeding rates, and you know, I'm going to say yes, it costs more, but did they? Potatoes. Wasn't that 700 for 1,000 litres? Versus the Maize Plus boxes wouldn't be in there, would they? No. And I don't know if, I guess, no, that overwrites them. I'll be quiet now. I can't remember what a bag of normal seeds cost in base game anymore. It feels like good value for me unless you were using the farm supply pack to do normal potatoes. Obviously, starch potatoes aren't in the farm supply pack, so yeah. Oh, I'm glad we're nearly done actually, because this is getting to be about my limit. So I think I might have mentioned in the video I recorded yesterday, because it's not going to be yesterday's video because this is not going to get edited tonight. Definitely not. I don't know if I mentioned it actually. Let's wind back. Let's turn back time a little bit. It's a song in that, I believe. About 22 to 23 years ago, I had a car accident where I injured my neck. And I had a really long period where on and off it would be really painful and then it would go away. And it's been absolutely fine for years. And then for the last 3 weeks, it's been really quite bad. I know I'm old. I have accumulated injuries through my life. That one was not my fault. That crash before you lot start. Someone crashed into me. Yeah, but it's a muscular thing, which is really weird because you'd think by now the muscles would have all healed, but no, they have not. And yeah, the last 3 weeks, it's been pretty frustratingly painful. And most of today it kind of settled down a little bit, but it's getting pretty tired now, and it's one of those things where as it gets tired, the pain escalates. So, yeah. And I'm getting pretty tired. Come on, tractor. You got a few more rows to go. We can do this. We can finish the field. We can go home for tea and medals. Well, no, we're in Germany, aren't we? We can go home for beer and schnitzel. That's probably what we would do. I don't know. We can go visit the alien. I'm really pleased that this is the last field that we've had to get planted in this kind of rush to plant everything. And lime everything and plow everything, and yeah, getting started from the beginning on a map is sometimes a bit of a faff, isn't it? We're done pretty much. You know, and now it's just into the regular routine now of being a computer-based farmer. As Kartek would say, an actor in a tractor. Which I always find quite amusing. Because if someone had told me I would be an actor when I was younger, I would have suggested they were wrong rather vigorously. And I don't consider myself an actor, but I find that quite an amusing description, because I have realistically no idea what I'm doing from a farming perspective. So yes, it's quite an apt description, particularly when I like to correct what real world farmers have not done or done wrong, which I don't really do, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm contemplating leaving a strip to trigger people. Not that, well, I've probably triggered people by my incredibly unrealistic potato planting, because we should have been leaving a headland for the harvester to turn around in. But, you know, it's a video game, so it's fine. Do you know what? It will all be okay. And the time I've spent doing this has been a very nice distraction from the fact that my head hurts. And I think it's also got me to the point where I can take more medication, which is also really good. A little bit early to be trying to go to sleep, but at least I can take some more medication and try and chill out a bit. So, on that bombshell, some idiot hit stop record before he did his outro. So, let's try that again, shall we? Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You are all awesome. I'm going to try and keep it a bit shorter this time, because I might do it a second time. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button. We do not smash like buttons. If you smash the like button and break it, you have to buy me a coffee. It's in the rules. Comments, questions, or suggestions, stick them down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.